Hello, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns, and you're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role playing games with friends. This is the second in a bi monthly or 2 month series set in the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We lay no claim to any copyrights. This is a parody, satire. It is a fan made, non profit whatsoever. Please don't sue me, Disney game that we just want to use the playground of the MCU to run a game which looks for the book of Hit Streets, which is my game that I wrote a while back, and it's about street level supers. Last session, we got together, and the game is set in Bushwick, which is a neighborhood in Brooklyn, in MCU New York. So there are lots of in our world, in our MCU, the Netflix Marvel series are real. Except there was this one about some kind of metal hand guy. I don't know if that happened, but the others, they're definitely canon for sure, you guys. Uh, but they're off in other boroughs, so we don't need to worry about them too terribly much. Bushwick is where you guys are. At the beginning of our last session, we established some things that, with my new block rules, there's a local business collapsing, and Gordon is excited to move in on it. Gordon, one of our NPCs, who's mostly harmless, but we'll see. There's a local block party that's being organized, a festival of some kind. We found out that MC Brace is excited because he's playing not really at the festival, but at the same time the festival is happening and nearby, so you could almost imagine that it's part of the festival. There are terrible rainstorms that have been taking place for many days now. Crime is on the rise, and everyone's noticed and is concerned. And also, there's a school fundraiser that's going pretty well, but we don't know quite who's funding it. Those are the block events that we had established. We had some more personal events that took place in our opening session, which was an abbreviated session because of the amount of character and neighborhood creation time. But Dynamo mouthed off to a guy named Bruno, who claims to work for somebody named Mr. Manfredi, aka Mr. Silvermane, and that went well for Dynamo. I think she had no problems or repercussions from that. That's fine. Jane, the receptionist, stepped in to back her up, and Vector. Vector, you got a call from your hashtag not girlfriend. Was there any other stuff of Vector note? I mean, you stopped a possible shoplifting scenario.
It is important. It could have
That's
ruined their
important.
lives if they had done that and gotten in trouble.
Gotten caught. She would. They were not very good at their attempted things, so they would have gotten caught and things would have been bad.
Exactly the sort of people who shouldn't become criminals.
It's true, unless then they go to prison and get trained to be better criminals before
Right.
they get
That's what
out.
prison's for. Yeah.
Exactly. And then Olivier, who we found out is, at least as of this past session, was employed at Dweeb's, the coffee shop slash workplace, owned and operated by Gordon. And Olivier had a bit of helped out MC Brace, put his flyers in with to-go orders, which he very much appreciated, and then decided to kind of block Voodoo, a member of Bushwick's Best, from being able to talk to Gordon about something. Voodoo became very flustered by Olivier's intervening, and then said, "I curse you," and walked away. And upon which, because it's MCU, so it's TV time, immediately one of Olivier's lovely white hairs fell from his head, and he whipped out his phone, because luckily his boss wasn't around because he's out getting some feng shui fixed with dweebs, and called his sister Ray, or texted his sister Ray. That's right, because who even uses a phone to call? Why would you do that? Anything else in the past session or updates that I missed that folks want to make sure and highlight?
Never anything.
Okay.
You're an awesome MC.
Oh, you're an awesome player, Kay. I'm glad.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true. I'm glad that you own it. See, Sherry, take notes. You just say, "Yeah, I am a great player" when people tell you. Okay. So we pick up with another one of the musical interludes, some like Brooklyn style hip hop, playing as drone camera footage of not downtown because it's Bushwick, so there is no real downtown, but through the streets of Bushwick. It lingers for just a moment. The camera shot lingers for just a moment on Bodega Enormous, which, as we all know, is Barracuda's place. And there's actually, we see Barracuda in a non-speaking role, wearing a big jacket. Maybe it is in Barracuda, maybe it's a body double, we don't know. But he's like turning the sign to closed. Did he even have a close sign? And he heads back inside, and the light goes off to the bodega. Boom. And it heads further past. We stops for just a moment at Dweebs to see, oh yeah, there's Olivier in there doing the text message, and it follows around the corner, literally around the corner of the DeKalb, near Knickerbocker Street. Between the two it stops, and we see, I did a little bit of Rich gonna Google map around Bushwick because this place just delights me. And I thought, where would Voodoo end up if she's being pelted by rain while also really upset, possibly crying? And around the corner, it turns out there's a place called, wait for it, Oops Tea. Bubble tea and tofu pockets. On
I
the
love it. This is the
outside.
most Brooklyn thing I've ever heard of.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. That just, as you can see, it is inside very small. It's very small. This is just a delightful little place. It's stuck in the middle. Oh shoot! Did I close it? No, I didn't. Yay! I can actually, if we pop into it and like drop a. I'm sorry, I'm doing this. I should probably not do this.
That was great.
So sorry, I gotta swip around. Right between a nail salon, a Jinmei gift shop, and a Batman door. I don't even know. I think that's to a residential, and some kind of car deal. I don't know. It's great. It's great. So
DC does canon exist in the MCU, so that's that Batman door
true.
is
We
legit.
know that's a thing. we know Superman was mentioned. DC's just a comic book.
Yep.
Publisher in MCUS. So Vector, you were running splish splash through the rain with a less than happy Mr. Muffin in your backpack, and did you get a text? I stopped at Oops. And when you head inside, you hear the light bit of V-pop or Vietnamese pop music playing. But it's kind of overshadowed by the sound of the fluorescent lights and that low hum, with little sounds of the machines in the back. There are no people inside other than hovering or like huddling over her bubble tea with a gigantic straw. It's dripping wet. There's like a puddle around her. Is Voodoo. She looks miserable. Her hair's all wet. She was not dressed for the rain. And she looks up. Jeff, I didn't know what to get you. And she sips on the tea a little bit more.
I think he stops and goes, that's okay. And he kind of unhooks his backpack, and Mr. Muffins makes a bit of a protest, and but still he sets that on the one other chair that's there, and he takes off his coat and he says, here, he goes, let's go someplace. He looks around. Drier?
I made a mess. That skunk guy is just the worst.
Skunk guy?
Yeah, there's this a-hole who works at Dweeb's, and I just went to talk to Gordon about some Bushwick's best stuff, and he just decided he would get all up in my face and make trouble, and I kind of freaked out, and now I don't even know because Gordon's gone, and Megan's gonna be pissed because I did not talk to Gordon at all, and she said it was so simple, and it's just the worst day.
I'm just glad there isn't a super that's a skunk guy. So, there's a bright side to everything.
I mean, he's not gonna be a skunk guy for long because I kind of sort of did a thing.
He stops and goes, well, we'll figure that out later. And
Okay. Yeah. I hate the rain.
I have an umbrella. It's not the best, but it helps.
So in Jeff's history with Zanaya, aka Voodoo, is Zanaya the kind of person to share the umbrella with Jeff, or does she thank him for the umbrella and use it?
I think she shares it, but she doesn't have any sense of how hard it is to keep it over her if she's like not sticking close. So he ends up having to kind of, move it around to follow her. She's not completely self-absorbed, but she is not always aware of how what she's doing is affecting people. So
Nice.
I should say she might be
glances over-
self-absorbed, but she's not self-possessed. So,
Nice distinction. She glances over at the reflection of herself in that green fuzzy mirror, and it has the like drawn in smiley face up supposedly where you would stand, but she's absolutely not smiling, and she just says, "Your hair is gonna trail down over." God, I look like a mess.
he says, not to me. And he steps over to the shop and opens the door for her.
Cool. You guys step out into the rain, and the camera lingers on Oops for just a moment, and the guy in the back comes out with a little mop and starts mopping around the area to clean up where she had made a mess and did not leave much of a tip. Sweet, let's cut to Olivier. You had texted your sister. Very exciting TV. Text conversations. Love it. She texts back, what's your problem?
I may have run afoul of someone of the voodoo kind. You know more
Cool.
about that stuff
Several
than I-
animated gifs of laughter come across, as well as a black cat on a broom and several other witch animated icons as she takes delight in what you've run afoul of. And
Listen, I'm glad you're getting some Schadenfreude out of my misery, but can you help or not?
hold on, looking up that word. Oh yeah, totally. What? Yes. Apologize. Whatever you did. I'm sure it's your fault.
You sure there isn't another way? Because that requires a lot more steps. And also, what I did wasn't. I made sure bad people didn't get more money invested in their bad thing.
Oh, if it's a bad witch. Well, that sucks. I guess you'll have to kill her. JK.
You just get like a panic Olivier face at the first text.
What about?
Or
Oh, let me ask you: how much has Olivier shared about the other supers that he travels with? Would Ray know about uh, Barracuda?
I don't think so, honestly. I think it's pretty bare
Okay.
minimum. Like she knows
Hey,
there's
go
other
talk to
supers
Steve. Go talk to Stephen Strange. She'll text, and there's more laughter out of you. He'll fix it.
trying to avoid familial associates.
Oh man, you make this so hard. Keep shooting me down. I don't think you really want solutions. You just want to whine.
I mean, 2 to 1.
You talk to Dad.
Bye, Ray.
Do you actually want me to hop on a flight to New York, Olivier? Because I'm out of options.
We'll save it as a last resort. And I'll try 1 or 2 things myself first.
Good luck. Ta ta for now.
He just sort of looks dismally at his phone, especially at the paragraph. Do you want me to ask? Do you want me to ask Dad? Uh, before he kind of like, oh God, I want to say he shuts the flip phone, but I don't know if I want to doom him to a flip phone.
Wow. Is Olivier a flip phone kind of guy? I mean, there are the new flips. Maybe he's like, we got a little bit of advertised promotional placement for the Samsung Flip or whatever.
Sure, let's go with that. He's no longer got iPhone money, so he's
I mean, he
switching.
can't use an iPhone, otherwise he'd be one of the clients at Dweebs.
Yeah, exactly.
Outside their clients.
Exactly. So I think he's pondering for a moment, and then it hits him. He's sitting there, he's serving some coffee. We watch that. He's doing his job. He just has to touch her.
Does he? Interesting.
It hits him because she needs her to apologize to undo it. But what if he just touches her, gets her powers, and then he can undo it himself?
He actually has less training than Voodoo does. That's great. Awesome. All right,
So,
cool.
yeah.
So that's your revelation, your idea. That's delightful. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
We cut to Dynamo. So Dynamo, tell us a little bit about the end of the workday, which was a crappy workday, having to ride a bike in terrible rain.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you go at the end of the day?
Go to the store, grab some groceries, go home, make dinner. I think I make dinner with my my grandma, Lola, and we hang out and chat a bit. She tends to the little herb garden she has on the fire escape, and just like goes to like chill out and relax after a long day riding around.
You need to get an inside job, honey. You're gonna catch your death out there.
No, I'm fine. It doesn't rain all the time. It can't, right?
Yeah.
It's good for me. It keeps me in shape. Keeps me from I can't stand to be inside for too long.
I know. I know. You've always been an outside kid. But still, I worry about you out there on the streets all by yourself. Even when it's nice weather, there's got to be trouble.
I'm not the one you should be worrying
I
about.
saw it on the news. Crime rate's up.
Yeah, they like to talk on the news that there's always something going on and there's always someone to take care of it.
She then spools out a a conspiracy laden
Uh-huh.
local crime thing that's happening about. And then if you answer your phone, if you say this, then that's what she read
Mhm.
on Nextdoor. She's very worried about it.
You gotta stay off that next door site, Grandma. Get out. You know what?
But
You
but I
seem
have enough posts to be one of the neighborhood watch people. I like it. There's good people on there.
I know I keep asking, but have you met anyone to like in the real world to talk to lately? Seems like you're cooped up a lot.
Well, no, but I get out. I go down to the store
Hmm.
sometimes, and there's the block party. I'm going to the block party.
That's good. That's good.
She goes back to her soup. That's the extent of her out of doorsiness, it seems.
Yeah.
Going to the store, and there's that festival thing coming up. The TV blares in the background. She has to turn it up a little bit to hear.
Yeah. How about this weekend I take you out to the park around the corner here? The Maria Hernandez Park. Big one.
If it clears up,
Yeah. It's got to clear
okay.
up in a couple days, right?
Can't rain all the time.
Can't rain all the time, like you always say.
She laughs. Once you guys finish up, she'll probably head to her comfy chair to sit down and watch some more local news. It's perfect time for local
Mhm.
news straight into Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy.
Yep.
That's the 2 hours of glued to the set. What does Monique
I
do
probably
with
have
her
a
news?
there's probably a group chat that we have, the four of us. And just like see if anything's up with the gang. And just yeah, complain about the weather, complain about these jerks at the law office that I had to brush off, um, complain about the weather again, complain that I'm not
Stupid
getting
weather.
complain that I'm not getting paid enough at my stupid job.
There's definitely a message from Olivier that when she first opened it that sees it's like, uh, do any of you guys know where Bushwick best hang out, specifically the voodoo chick?
Um,
I know where she's hanging out.
I don't know, but I can find out. I'm sure.
And there's
Ask
some,
on.
when Dynamo's like, weather sucks, working here sucks. There's some commiseration from
Mhm.
Olivier, like, yeah, my boss sucks. I mean, I guess he's harmless, but he's annoying and stupid and, et cetera, et cetera. He's like, I feel you, fam.
Yeah, but at least it's steady, right? You don't have a you're not on call to take a package to whoever needs it at whatever time. Or
No, but I've had to hand deliver some coffee sometimes to
Yeah.
places in the weirdest parts of town.
well, maybe we should team up.
Sure. Listen, I could always see if we're hiring if you want something more permanent.
For real?
As long as you don't bring any of the other kind of business we do into it, sure.
No promises. Smiley face, heart, heart.
Listen, no promises on my end that Gordon will hire you.
Ugh, Gordon, right. Maybe I should stick to the bike.
You get like a LMK, let me know.
Victor
This is wild. It's the second
is
text
like
conversation
very
in
clearly
RP.
not on the group chat where usually he is, so that is.
Hmm. I don't
I
think
think
Barracuda
after
chats a whole lot on this thing.
probably not.
No, honestly, it's probably mostly Olivier Dynamo, and then like a lot of like read by Jeffs or like You know how sometimes you can click your phone messages and there's like the reactions? I feel like Jeff does a lot of those.
Nice.
I think after that, like making sure that grandma's in bed, like probably around 11 or so, like sneak out the fire escape, just kind of get out, stretch my legs a little bit.
It's yeah, you get out onto the fire escape. The rain has dropped to a drizzle,
Mhm.
so it's more annoying than the kind of thing to force you to stay indoors. It is wet everywhere though. It's drizzling down the fire escape, plink plink plinking above you. So I imagine you're what, like at least 5 stories up, but not
Yeah.
near the top, so somewhere in the mid. You hear other people's TVs blaring out their windows and the like. It's muggy,
Mhm.
but it's about to turn into that cool, misty night.
Maybe go up to the roof.
Cool. I like that. Yeah, so we head up to the roof. Let's cut over to Vector. So where
Yeah.
did you end up managing to get Voodoo? Did you take her back to your place?
Oh God, no! It's like, there's a couch and some room in front of it, and a tiny kitchenette. No, it's not where you take someone. No, I coax her back to her own apartment. She has a luxe apartment.
Of course.
And essentially it's just kind of get her back there, get her all set up. She has all kinds of, she has like a great kitchen. So it's very much just like he makes her tea, hot tea, gives it to her, looks around to go, what can I make to feed her right away? And then
Cook for her.
works on like
Oh,
soup, but like he makes
good.
her hummus or something because she's got a food processor and ice machine and all the
Air
stuff.
fryer and
yeah,
an
exactly
instant
all
pot.
these things. He's
Like
like,
all these gigantic, like an array of
uh-huh.
oversized, overexpensive, but trendy devices.
Yeah, and
Yes.
whereas she does not cook at all, he's quite good at it. So, well, but he'll get her set up. He'll get the soup pot going, and then he kind of, that's the thing is you go, okay. He comes back, he lists what he has. He goes, okay.
And she finally emerges. She took a shower, had to wash all the rain off. But it comes out in a fuzzy, monogrammed with the BB of Bushwick's Best robe. And I can't remember the name of it, but I think it was like a 60s thing, but like the area where the floor is like there's a concave area with a couch, like a sitting.
Conversation pit.
Is that it? Conversation
Yeah.
pit. Yeah. I think she's got like a conversation pit in the main parts. There's a couple steps down into the conversation pit area, and I think she is very pleased by the lowering and raising of her flat screen TV. So she takes the tea, and then she'll take a few steps down into the conversation pit and sit on one of the little built-in couchy type deals in the pit, and pats for it to come beside you. And how is Mr. Muffin in this environment?
He has stalked around the entire place, and now he is staring out the window, with a sort of like, even though you can't see his face, his whole body is sort of frowning, in that cat way where he's staring out the window. It's still raining. There's a kind of miserableness that knows that he's have to gonna go back in the backpack and then out in the rain and all of those things. But mostly he's just not looking at Jeff.
You pulled me into this kind of accusation looks occasionally.
Exactly.
Cool. She pats the couch beside her and promptly gets on her oversized iPhone. And there's a whole bunch of messages on Superlink. And then there's like a Bushwick's Best group area where Hammer Bro has picks from elsewhere, and he's invited everybody come to elsewhere. Elsewhere being a music venue and nightclub and art space in Bushwick, which is where usually Bushwick's best can be found partying and having fun. And Voodoo looks over at you and she says, not tonight. Been a terrible day. And immediately Mind Witch pops in. How did it go with Dweebs? And she exits the room. Not answer.
And I think Jeff kind of goes and go back and see what was going on tomorrow.
Pretty much have to.
It'll be good, fine.
Megan's got this idea that Gordon will, I don't know, she wants to sell like Prime memberships to protection. It's really weird.
Prime.
We
And
get extra
isn't that
patrol.
protection money?
No, more like we make more appearances. It's not like anything would go worse for you, I guess. It's just more like, do you want to appear to have Bushwick's best around more often? I don't know. That's what Megan said. It's stupid.
Well, it sounds profitable. Would you have to go to Dweebs and sit on that terrible furniture?
I hate that furniture. It's like almost as bad as Oops, but it doesn't have the bubble tea.
Exactly. Because it's just awkward and uncomfortable. Listen, do you want me to stay?
Mr. Muffins let you?
Probably not.
Then don't offer. It's insincere. I won't say yes because then you won't actually stay and that will piss me off. Thank you for walking me home.
And he sort of kind of shrugs and he goes, I'm sorry, I'd do anything for you, but I can't do everything. You know how that rolls out, okay?
Right. Yeah. And then your suit kind of compresses for just a little bit and you get one of the symbols in your HUD of something incoming.
I go, okay, gotta go. And it's that thing that Mr. Muffin's all of a sudden ready to go. And he sort of jumps up on my shoulder. I put the backpack on and he just kind of drops in, really heavy.
Nice. She considers okay, yeah, I should probably totally walk you to the door. So she makes the noise of I don't want to get up, and gets up and starts to walk towards the door. That's when you catch some movement at the balcony area because she doesn't have a fire escape. It's a balcony. Something just dropped down onto the balcony.
Okay, and I sort of stop her right where she is, and I step around and I go, what's that? And I'm going to start striding towards it.
Nice. So you start striding towards the balcony, circumventing the conversation pit, and you see standing up out of the shadows is someone who's a little shorter than you, slighter than you, wearing a pair of goggles. And she moves up, and it looks like she's moving to open the sliding glass door to the balcony. It's one of those sliding glass door, but also you can fold the hand, accordion fold it to like open the entire thing out to the gigantic balcony deal. But you can also just open the door, and it's slightly locked. And you recognize her. She is Black Cat, a member of the Bushwick's Best. She recognizes that it's locked, rolls her eyes, and then a second later slides the door open.
And I go, oh, sorry about that. And I sort of stop and I turn around. And
Jeff
Black Cat.
steps inside. You hear Mr. Muffin making unhappy noises in the backpack. And she just walks past you. Zanaya, you disappointed Megan today. I'll do it tomorrow. There was a problem. It's fine. Everything will work out. It's easy, right? See, Felicia walks over to one of the bookshelves and just pockets something on the bookshelf that she probably doesn't want, but it's hers now.
And I think there's like Jeff is kind of standing there. He's still back over by the balcony and he's watching this all go down and his teeth are gritted. He doesn't say anything, kind of watching what's going on.
So Felicia Hardy, aka the Black Cat, proceeds to give Zanaya a very indirect bit of business over failing to land Gordon on this new Prime account idea. And Zanaya kind of turtles on the scenario, as Felicia never, it's always indirect. It's like stalking. She just moves around the space and it's very calmly says, well, you're going back as soon as they open tomorrow, and you'll take care of it. I can tell Megan that, right? Oh, of course. That was my plan. I'm already showered. I don't even have to take a shower in the morning. I'll just, as soon as I roll out of bed, I'm over at Dweeb's, okay? And Felicia says, oh, well, actually, why don't you just go to Gordon's house if you have problems at Dweeb's? Well, I don't know where he lives. Oh, he's here. I sent that to your phone. I'll drop a pin. Is that easier? Zanaya, yes, thank you. That's great. Isn't that kind of random? It's a business proposition. It's not random. Okay. Felicia says, are you still here?
And I'm actually going to open the balcony door again for her. And I'll just go.
Okay. Does a front kind of cartwheel thing out onto the balcony and takes a flying leap.
Close the door, hit the lock mechanism, turn around and go, oh, man, you pay the price, Zanaya.
I don't like Black Cat.
Good. You shouldn't. She's horrible.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to Gordon's house tomorrow. Sorry about all that. You could have just gone. You didn't have to stick around.
And he walks through the door and he goes, you know, you can do better.
She looks around. Oh? I don't think I can, Jeff. I like my conversation bit.
You like how you feel right now?
Are you looking to try to drive a wedge here?
I don't think it's even that. He's just really concerned about this sort of vortex she's gotten herself in.
Uh huh. Okay. No, of course not. But this has just been the worst day, so I'll just chalk it up to the list. And tomorrow's better because I'll get this Gordon thing over with and it'll be fine.
Okay. But I'm going to say it every time I witness something like this, okay?
Thanks. Mostly thanks. Also, it makes me feel like an idiot, but okay.
And I kind of go, don't worry, you don't have to worry about it. There's no bigger idiot in the world than me. I'll see you.
So let's follow up with Olivier. So time has passed. You've gotten this bright idea now. And also, I think more of your hair is falling out. It's
Oh
one of
God,
those like, it's all falling out like right here, so it's
it's the
almost looks like
mom
you're starting to
hairs. No,
bald. Yeah.
yeah, no. Um, to be silly, after work, Olivier has hit the streets. He's looking for voodoo.
Looking for voodoo. And when you hit the streets, they're like quasi public, Bushwick's best. Um, the elsewhere is the place where they're most often seen in public. But there are probably other options. How do you want to try to hunt down voodoo?
Yeah, I think it's a mix between just like hitting the pavement essentially, like going to all these places.
Mm-hmm.
That's like on their Instagram, like that's there. And he's trying to find voodoo, but if he runs into the others, he's hoping he can maybe leverage that into finding voodoo faster.
Amazing. Well, you head to elsewhere, and Hammer Bro is there.
Oh, perfect. He's the best one. I could
He's
have found other
wearing.
than her.
He's doing like a Chippendale thing where he has like a bow tie on and no shirt and some tight-fitting jeans. He's very buff, and he's dancing with a few people.
Yeah, I think
I
Olivier.
think Megan's around too. You know Megan. Are you ducking Megan or?
Oh, definitely. Sh- if she was the only person there, I think he'd go. But because Hammer Bro's there, uh,
Is there any chance that just because I feel like I would be it would be a gift to me if maybe
yeah,
Dynamo you end up heading to elsewhere with
Yeah.
Olivier?
Yeah.
yeah,
Cool.
divide and
Alright.
conquer.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited to see the two of you guys working together as well.
Yeah.
All right.
So, Dynamo, did you dress up knowing that Olivier was going to head to elsewhere, or are you just in street clothes?
I think I'm just in my street clothes. Yeah.
We're both in street clothes.
Yeah.
How did you get in? I don't think this place would be inclined to let you in. So, what did you do to make that happen?
Olivier hypnotized the guy up front. Let us in.
Yes.
Okay, that's great.
He's a little desperate right now. His mom hairs are leaving him.
It's true. Have you explained exactly what's happened to Dynamo? Does she know
I,
what's going on, or have you not talked about the fact that
I
you've
think
actually-
Dynamo didn't get the full story. She got Voodoo was up to no good. Voodoo cursed me. Need to find Voodoo to undo it.
Are you wearing a hat or
Oh,
anything?
he is. He's definitely wearing like a cap.
Yeah.
And ugh, it's like the only cap he owns is like from like intramural Xavier Institute baseball game.
Is it like an X with a baseball?
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. It's like not a like it's an if you know item, like
Mhm.
like a random passerby wouldn't know what it is, but if you have any connection or tie to the institute, you would know.
Nice.
Cool. As you guys are here, the musical stylings of Johnny Dynamite and the Bloodsuckers is playing.
What even is this?
This is a band that actually has played it elsewhere.
Oh, there we go.
What kind of music is it?
It's kind of 80s rockish.
Oh, okay, that's not the worst.
It's not bad at all. Actually,
Ooh,
Bats in the Woods is kind of dope.
that is very 80s
Olivier
rockish.
wants
Yeah.
Olivier wants to hate it but doesn't.
I think Dynamo hates it.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
But yeah. All right. So we are
This
there.
is super cheesy.
Wow, they are very like wearing denim jackets. Wow, these guys
Yeah,
are
they're
really
doing the whole
locked
thing.
in.
Nothing wrong with a denim jacket.
I could give you a list.
Uh,
Anyway,
all right, Dynamo. I'm all right. I'm gonna go try and talk to Abs over there.
Better you than me. Yeah. I'll keep an eye out for our mutual friend then.
Thank you. Uh, and he's gonna make his way over. Look up. Uh, Muscles. Can I cut in?
can you handle it? Gestures to like three other girls. They're college age. One of them is like live streaming this.
I think I can handle you. And I'll grab his hand and pull him slightly away from them. And I'm wearing, classic like rogue gloves,
Mm-hmm.
So there's no contact here. And what kind of dancing does he know?
How known is Olivier as a super? Like, would Megan have given the team the 411? Because if Megan, like, you know what I mean? Like, if Megan knows you're in town, she'd probably give them the heads up since you can steal powers and stuff. It just seems logical. So I just want
Yeah,
to make
no,
sure.
yeah, for sure. So it's weird because like I imagine if someone kept up with the superhero community, was like maybe a superhero fan in general, they probably know about him because he was an X-Men for a while. But like the random person who's living their life, you know, probably not. But I imagine Megan told them, but I imagine it wasn't as much a brief as like, oh yeah, my boyfriend, considering she's telling them that they're still dating. Because
Okay. Does I'm just rolling a die of fate here. Does Hammer Brother did he pay attention to the briefing? D6, 4, 5, 6. He paid attention and will recognize you at least at some point in the conversation. 1, 2, 3. He kind of swiped past it. Oh my goodness, he paid attention. This tells me a lot
Hey.
about Amber, bro. Hey, you're the guy,
I'm a guy, yeah.
Oliver. Ollie puts his hand on your shoulder. What's up,
Olivier.
bro? You
Not much.
French?
New Louisiana.
It's America.
Yeah. So, and he, dances, gets a little closer. Uh, Actually, not much. I was wondering if your friend Voodoo was around.
Nah, she wouldn't come out, man. She's a little out of your league too, bro. Just between me and you. No
Oh,
offense.
uh, what wasn't a call of that nature, but thank you. I appreciate the.
Plus, Megan is not gonna, or Megan's not gonna let that happen. Just so we're clear, bro.
Megan's not gonna let that happen, and he sort of
Nah,
arches.
she's already told Felicia and Zanaya both, like, you stay away. Sorry. Just being honest, like bro talk. I'll never admit to it. Whatever.
Sure. Oh, yeah, sure, brother talk, bro talk. Where's Voodoo hang out then other than here if she's not, with you guys?
She's a homebody, bro. She's probably at her stupid apartment with that fucking place that I always trip into.
That's definitely that place's fault that you trip.
It's like she has a hole in her floor, bro. It's stupid.
So stupid.
Okay. All right, are we done?
Uh,
We're done.
yeah,
See you,
where's
bro.
the yeah.
Night to meet Jolly.
sh-
Pushes you back a little bit.
Yeah, he goes because he doesn't think he's gonna get, he debates trying to get more information about the place.
And he's doing this kind of like dancing thing to bats in the woods.
I
It's
think
delightful.
how much of this hair has been lost?
I think you are now aged wrestler territory.
Oof.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah. Olivier hates it, but he's gonna do it anyway. As bro sways away. Olivier is gonna lean against a pole or like one of the pillars or something, like some support foundation. And he's gonna tap into the telepathy he doesn't really like. Not the telepathic, yeah.
Suggestion stuff?
More like, can I get into your brain and find an address?
Oh, well, as we know, tension is always involved when you're playing with people's heads. So we will set our difficulty. It turns out that it's just simply good. He's been told
Yeah,
that
I
he
imagine
needs
this
to
is
be
not a mind
mindful.
palace to get into.
It's not a mind palace. It's like a mind apartment.
Double wide.
Mind double wide. Yes, that's the quote to pose.
All right. So, uh, dice rolling. This I feel like, is this a wild card thing?
Oh, great question. I feel like
Mm.
it could be. You're doing something without talking to anybody else that is possibly going to cause trouble. So sure, you're
Mhm.
being super because you're using telepathy.
Yes, that's 4.
And which stat do you think applies here?
It's got to be head.
That feels right. So you're up to 6, and then you're using a mental ability, which takes you to 8. Your difficulty is 3, which means that you could lose up to 3 spark if you roll a bunch of 1s. Do you want to spend any of your copious spark? 7 spark.
Yeah, I'm gonna use 2.
That is 10 dice you're bringing to the fore. Let's see how that goes. You're looking for 4, 5s, and 6s. You need 3 of them.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oof.
Jesus, Olivier.
That is a failure.
He's having a bad day, night thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he just
Oh my
doesn't use
goodness.
it a lot.
This music
You lose-
sucks.
Yeah, it's the music, the day that you've had. Maybe it's the curse. Maybe that's what happened. But you reach out and you hear. The first thing is that you hear Hammer Bro like singing the lyrics of the song that he's dancing to in his head. But then you realize, oh, he's not trying to obfuscate his thoughts. He's literally just vibing and singing the song in his head. But then you hear a very distinct and clear voice. It's Megan. Olivier, darling, what are you doing in my teammate's head? And then that's when you lose 1 spark because he just does the little like flick you in the head kind of deal. It's not enough to. It's enough to bring like a. It's like a wince.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Well, Cher, if you must know, I was trying to geotag locate one of your other comrades. Maybe you can help me out.
Number 4. So let's break for a second. Dynamo, you came here, and then
Mhm.
Olivier went up to talk to Hammer Bro. What did you do?
I'm scanning the crowd for voodoo, see if I Mark knows she's not there, but I'm like just scouring the crowd for
Yeah, no,
anyone that
totally. I get
looks
you. You're like
yeah,
doing the thing.
like and kind of like probably kind of like aggressively pushing through the crowd, just scanning the place. If there's
Nice.
multiple floors, like finding my way around.
I'm looking at pics of elsewhere. It looks like it's pretty big.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of pictures of it on their site, but this is one of the pics of
The building
an
is pretty
event they
big.
have. Yeah, the building looks overall pretty big. So I imagine they probably got a VIP area because they like money.
It looks like it's 2 stories.
Yeah, that feels right to me.
Yeah.
That's what I vibe with. So yeah, you're moving around, poking your nose where it shouldn't
Mhm.
be. You have not seen Zanaya, but you do spot Mind Witch. You do spot Megan. Like she's the
Oh.
face. She's
Mhm.
the Beyonce to these Destiny children. Um, this crew. So you spot her, and she's out from the VIP area. There's like a walkway, uh, railing, and she's
Mhm.
watching, and you can see she's watching
Well,
Olivier.
yeah. Is this a place that I can get into easily, or am I going through someone to get there?
You got to go through somebody to get there.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I think I'm probably like not super dialed into the way the club works. Just try to walk up to where she
Yeah,
is.
guy
If someone
steps
stops
over,
me,
kind of
yep,
slides in. He's wearing a black shirt that says "Elsewhere" on it.
yeah.
He's a big guy. He's like linebacker sized.
Hmm.
He's got his dreads pulled back into like a little ponytail type deal. Um, and yeah, you see like there's like one tear tattoo
Hmm.
on the side of. He's like, "Sorry, hon. Head out. It's a bunch of fun over there. Have a good time."
Shouldn't you be there?
I'm working security, babe.
I mean, what it says on your shirt, shouldn't you be somewhere else?
Never heard that joke before.
Hmm.
Scoot.
I'm just gonna go say hi to my friend over here.
He will crane his head back. Megan, you were gonna say hey to Megan?
Yeah.
You are. I'll tell her, and if she says it's okay, I'll let you up. But that's the only way you're getting up, honey.
Okay. Yeah, and I give him my name and tell him to run
All right.
along,
He'll climb up. I think it's like those metal
like the
stairs
metal
that you can kind of
stairs.
see. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Very, very like industrial look in
Hmm.
the area. You'll
Warehouse.
charge up the stairs. It's a brief conversation. Megan will peek her hair past and look down at you, and she'll gesture, and then guy will come halfway down the stairs and then do the because he's big enough to where you have to walk around him thing. And
Yeah, I don't wait for him to come down. Just
nice,
give him a pat on the good job.
cool.
Yeah, and then
So you're looking for Zanaya? Is that right? She
yeah.
says out loud to you.
Um, yes. Olivier is actually looking for her. I'm just kind of here for support. It's
No,
fancy up here.
you
How does this
you
work?
could have something like this, Monique. We've talked about this before. You don't have to be a bike messenger.
Yeah, I don't have to be.
Well, hold on. I'm squashing a bug here. Olivier, not just no, but hell no. I'm not going to give you my teammate's home address so you can go bother her.
You know that part of my hair you like to tug?
Mm-hmm.
She's removed it.
What?
Mm.
She back to Dynamo, she pulls out her
Mhm.
phone and she quickly starts texting on a like group chat to you see Black Cat, right?
Mhm.
Are you still there? What did Z do to she's gonna say oh. She's not gonna type all the Olivier out. I mean it's texting. And what did she do exactly? Back
Curse.
to yeah.
Yeah.
Cursed? Shit. Ollie, what did you do to piss Anaya off?
She may
She
have
hasn't.
come into my place of work. And it's like it's almost like he can't help it to an extent. Like normally he wouldn't be this open, but it's Megan and he sort of can't help but spill. Uh she may have come into my place of work and wanted to speak to my boss, and I might have thought that was not necessary.
You work at Dweebs? Oh my god. Do you have a
You
job? And let's just say out loud. Ollie has a job?
Yeah.
you've
That's
never heard
crazy.
him called Ollie, by the way, Dynamo.
Yeah.
You
It's like
never allow it.
roll my eyes a little bit. Yeah, everyone has a job.
I've just never seen Ollie hold a job, that's all.
Ah, I'm not saying anything about him holding a job, Megan. He's got one for now, though.
Okay. And then back to the mental. So you made Zanaya mad and she cursed you, and now your hair's falling out?
Mm-hmm.
Send me a selfie and I'll get it fixed.
There's like a long, long pause, and then she gets a selfie, but like with the hat on. And like
No,
his
no,
face is
no.
covered in shadow. Like
Awesome. Awesome. She sends it back. You see the pic. No, 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 darling. I need to see the hair falling out part. I just need to know how bad Zanaya hurt you to know how angry I should be at her for that. Okay, Ollie, just send me the full pic. Show me. Show me. I need to see it.
he like ducks into the bathroom so no one else can see. So it's clearly like a bathroom.
Yeah,
And
sure.
this is just, it's like forehead and up is this picture. So she can see the hairline, but you can't see his face.
She shows you the pic.
Mhm.
Wow. That's
It's worse than it was half an hour ago.
huh. It's like the mange.
Hmm.
She jumps back into the group chat and tells Black Cat, "Make Z stop the curse." Then through the mental connection, Ollie, I know that had to have been embarrassing, but thank you very much. Uh, Everything will be fine. By the time you wake up, your beautiful head of hair will be back. You owe me.
I don't know. Do I owe you? Apparently, we're still dating.
We are. You made it very clear that we are no longer dating. And I've respected that. I have not gone after you. I've given you your space.
Why does your team? Why did Z think? What? No, he wouldn't have said Z. Why does Voodoo think we're dating then?
I'll talk to her. I'll make it clear that we're not. There. Are you happy?
Thanks, Meg.
You're welcome, Ollie. Have a good night. You know, you could just shave it. You can
No.
feel the laughter, and then she breaks the connection.
Yeah.
So it's all taken care of?
Yes, it will be taken care of. Are you sure you're not interested in being part of an actual team that gets paid to do the stuff that you do free of charge?
I'm not really interested in. But do I know about the protection thing?
That's up to if Vector shared it or not.
Yeah, I think he's like just now looking at the group chat and going, "What the fuck?" That's,
I think I asked her. You. So you're in the VIP section here. You don't seem to
Mhm.
be dancing or enjoying the music or really even hanging out with anyone. Just kind of sitting up here watching. What do you what do you get out of this?
That is a fair question, Monique. I'm the team leader, and so I got to make sure that everything's in order. Amber's having a good time, and my cat's out and about like she likes. She's a lot like you, really.
Yeah.
Out of doors kind of person. Evidently, Zanaya's been in a little bit of a tiff with Ollie, so what do I get out of it? To circle back to your question, I like the pay and the prestige. I like the idea of there's a place that we protect. Yeah, I like being Bishop's best. It's fun. It's a
It seems
beautiful
like
community.
doesn't Bushwick feel a little small to you? Wouldn't you rather be in the city?
It's part of Brooklyn. Got to start somewhere.
It
You
seems
don't
like you're
really
doing
want to
pretty well
deal
for
with
yourself
Luke
here.
Cage or Daredevil or Fantastic Four or
Oh, I see.
or
You just want to be the biggest fish in a small pond. I get it.
a bigger fish than you.
Same pond.
Hmm. All right. Well, don't say I didn't offer you a spot. I
Again.
have.
Mhm. I will keep it in mind. Thank you very much, and enjoy your people watching, I suppose.
She does not let you see her sweat, but she's affected. The vibe that
Thanks.
like, yeah, that's annoying. She's annoyed. You've annoyed her very, very well.
Excellent.
Cool.
I make my way back down and say goodbye to my big friend.
So,
and I think this is where Vector says, "Where are you?"
Yeah, just coming down from the VIP section.
Yeah, we're getting ready to leave elsewhere.
Yeah, let's
Olivier,
get out of here.
Olivier kind of sidles up to you, Dynamo, and I think Megan can see this. Olivier doesn't touch easily; he spooks, but he just as we start to walk next to each other, leave he like gently jostles your shoulder, or like nudges your shoulder with his, in kind of like an appreciative
Nice.
sort of thing.
I'd probably run my hand up the back of your head and kind of knock your head off. Give you a little tussle.
Careful, don't touch skin.
Sorry. Just
there's a lot more skin up there than there was.
yeah.
And then yeah, he goes for the hat like so quickly, shoves it on.
Nice.
Yeah. And I think Jeff is transformed into a suit because he never lets them see him as Jeff. And so he's sort of like waiting up on like one of the smaller buildings that's down the block, waiting for them to come out. Then he'll jump down.
Yeah. So I guess
Nice.
that's taken care of. I guess it might be worth it. Three of us are together. Give a little patrol of the area since he rolls his eyes. Since the people trying to protect the area are busy dancing.
I thought you'd never ask.
Awesome. We're going to do in Hit the Streets. You can actually go for a patrol, and it's a refresh, which is kind of cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So refresh scenes. Hold on. Here we go. Neighborhood patrol. Patrolling the neighborhood. We're just going to go to the not prettified Google Doc for this. Patrolling the neighborhood. Another way to restore your spark is to take down petty criminals. On the dark streets of your neighborhoods, there are pickpockets, muggers, child abusers, kidnappers, and who have no powers. They need to be dealt with too. If you go on patrol to take down some petty criminals, you can restore spark. Rolling this action using B Super plus Heart. Success gains you 1 point of spark. Extra pals, meaning extra successes, gain more spark, just like charity work. 1 for 1. This rolls only conflict roll in the scene. Success means that the superpower being took down the petty criminals and helped out the neighborhood. On a failure, there'll be complications that could result in trouble for you. If you're stuck for an idea for your patrol, there's a D6 table that I can roll on, but we will, I'll just do that now. I'll just roll and see what you guys run into. All 3 of you going on patrol?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
We're on patrol together.
Nice.
Ooh, neat. A robbery. Oh, I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be the because it's closed and because Barracuda is off doing another thing. Some people know about it. Bodega Enormous. There's a break-in into Bodega Enormous, and even Skippy's in danger when you guys break in. So each of you get to roll. As I stated, you get to roll B Super plus Heart.
That is 5 for me.
That is 4 for me.
There you go.
Roll.
1, 2, 3, 4 successes for Dynamo. You are very super. That's delightful.
So that 4 spark.
Yes, 4 spark, and Vector just slid by with 1.
Jesus Christ!
Wow.
Tension is not involved in the roll, but yeah, Olivier, I think you get in a scrap, and I'll give you this choice. You can either, this is a failure, right? So you can either have been thrown around a bit and wreck some stuff at Bodega, break a number of things, or the CCTV got a shot of your mostly all pate.
Oof. Oof, oof, oof. Oh, God. Destroy some things.
You remain anonymous, but many things at Bodega Enormous are destroyed as you get into a fight. At one point, you're slammed into a thing, then you knock one guy over, and it knocks over like a whole bunch of like ding dongs and ho hos, and they go all over the place. There's a little bit of product placement of some various Hostess things. They paid a little dinero for us to do that, so you make a mess, and you know that somebody else has to deal with it. But then you guys succeed. Dynamo, you were supreme in this fight. What is it that you did to? We'll say it's like a gang of out-of-towners, like they not out of town, like not out of New York, but like not Bushwick guys,
right?
Who came in and are trying to break into this place. What's the thing that Dynamo did to drive off most of them?
I think like at least one of them probably had a sawed-off shotgun or something, trying to hold the place up, and she just grabbed it and like wrapped it around his neck, like not choking him, but just like You want to get into a fist fight? Let's go outside.
That's wicked. That's awesome. Vector, you did have a success. So what's a thing that you did, you and or your super suit pulled off with this cadre of criminals?
I think um I think that there was the just the scene where after Dynamo does that, the rest of the group starts to turn around to run out, and um, essentially it's just Vector standing there in that scary suit, and he just like his visor, does the bright light, and they sort of freeze and stop, and that's it. It's just he just kind of intimidates them to
Freeze
stay
frame.
where they are until the cops come to arrest them.
Nice. Nice. So it's very refreshing for Vector and Dynamo, less so for Olivier. And you guys pull off a patrol. We're going to head to our mid-game break, but before we do so, night passes. Olivier, when you wake up, two things you notice. Your hair is fully restored, and you have a text from an unknown number apologizing for the incident.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think he'll send just like a message back. It's fine. Just leave the hair out of it next time.
Yeah. There's a we flash to Zanaya, and she types out, "I'll go for fingernails then," and then she just erases it and doesn't send it. Okay. Cool. We'll take our mid game bio break. Right. So we are at another day. It is again very rainy, the kind of thing where the entire sky is one dark blue and gray. The lightning strikes are frequent, and the thunder rolls. And Dynamo, I'm curious, with electricity power, when the air is filled with lightning,
Mm-hmm.
does that affect Dynamo at all?
I think I definitely feel it. Like it's a little bit invigorating, whether I want it to be or not.
That's interesting. I think that's interesting. Cool. Good. So you head out doing your courier job, working throughout Bushwick, and sometime after lunch, when you pass by the same law office that you dropped off forms before, you notice that there is a sedan, a Monte Carlo, actually, a late model Monte Carlo sedan that seems to be just trailing behind you for a couple of blocks. You don't recognize the driver or the passenger or the passengers in the back. They got New York plates. What do you do?
I think after I make sure they are following me after a couple blocks, probably like just cut across traffic into an alley, like take a left, take a hard left, and see if they see what they do.
Cool. Just so I guess if you're an alley, then do you angle for like residential area? Because
Oh, I guess if the alleys are if the alleys are gated off,
in the
maybe
commercial
just
area for sure. I think maybe there are
yeah.
some alleys in the more residential district. So
Okay,
if you
yeah.
wanted to go there, you can do that.
Yeah, I probably like lead them after after I notice they're to lead them to a place and then take my hard left into an alley. So they have to, if they want to follow me, they have to cut across traffic.
Uh, yeah, that's a great point. So yeah, I think it's a moment of the camera cuts inside and like shit. And guy who's the driver, he like stops, go, go. And the guys in the back get out. One of them pulls his hood up over his head, cursing the whole time. The other one just runs sleek across traffic, chasing after you.
Nice. I will pull, so they got they're chase me down the alley. I pull my bike around the corner, hop off my bike and pick it up and wait for them to come around the corner.
They do. They don't have
Yep.
time. You're in a bike. They can't really take it
Yeah.
slow and cautious, so they are booking it. I'm sorry, I got to turn my cam off and back on. There we go. That was all.
And when they do, they get a bike in the face.
Oh snap! You're putting your bike at risk. Any
I
harm you
am.
do to them is going to be done to your bike. You sure
Yeah, it's
about
gonna be a
this?
rough time. Yeah, get into trouble.
Okay, it sounds like a normal thing to get in a fight. You're not using powers. Is that right? You're definitely being a. You tell me. What do you
Yeah,
think?
I don't think I'm like using powers. I'm just hitting some guys with a bike.
Okay, you are definitely being a brick though.
Yeah, for sure.
You tell me what stat are you bringing?
It feels
to
like
it?
hands. It feels like
Okay,
hands.
I'm not gonna gig you by saying it's tools because
Yeah.
it's not really about using the tool effectively. It's about the tool as a blunt instrument that
Yeah,
your
I'm,
hands
I'm
are hitting.
probably not putting my entire strength into it, but like they're probably not gonna be standing afterwards. Assuming this goes well.
Cool. You're using your hands, so that's already active. You don't get an extra bonus of the power 2 extra dice. It's a 6. So
yeah.
Then you want to blow any spark on this. I will tell you the difficulty. It's a fight, so I think there's some tension involved in this, right? But they're not like hyper skilled combatants.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that it's going to be a good difficulty. So a difficulty of 3. Right now, you're sitting with brick, normal, 6 more. So you've got 8 dice. Do you want to spend any spark to get more dice?
I think 8 works for me.
Okay.
Hit him with the bike. There's 4 successes.
There they are. No ones, man.
No ones, yeah.
No whammies. I should have named them whammies just so I could hear players. No whammies. No whammies.
No whammies.
Stop.
Second edition.
Probably good that I. Did you know that was like re-released right before the pandemic? They had a new like 3 or so seasons of Fresh.
No.
Crazy, but yeah, I even watched an episode. I don't know if it's still out, but it was out as of a few months ago. They were doing episodes of it. It's exactly the same. Cartoon, the whammies, the whole thing. Exactly the same. Just as corny. Loved it.
Amazing.
Yeah, you slam the guy. I think it's hard enough to jack up your bike. Does that feel?
Yeah, totally.
Fair? Yeah, first guy, he runs and he's like about to do the turn thing, and bam, he gets a face full of bike, and he goes, whoa, it slipped, and then man, he hits the ground hard, like the other guy was the one who actually pulled the hood up over. He skids for a little bit and looks at you. What do you do? That guy's out. The first guy you hit with the bike, he's down. He's done.
Point at him and give him the come here.
Cool. Here's what he does. He like flips back his coat, and it's one of those pretty cool like waterproof pea coat style, right? And he reaches and he does one of those. It's like snap out the. I don't know what they're called, but like those batons.
The little
like
batons,
snap out.
yeah.
Yeah, they have a spring and then a like nut at the end that you could really mess somebody up with.
Yeah. I look at that and look at the bike I'm holding with one hand. Go, really?
And he'll move in on you. It's
right.
another good difficulty with tension involved.
Come and get it.
Okay.
Same
setup,
dice.
or?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see how
Let's
this
see
one
what we
goes.
get. That is for 5 successes.
Jeez, man.
and no ones. Yeah.
We actually have some like stunt coordinator. This guy's got some martial arts training. There's an actual cool bit of Dynamo looking amazing against some actual competition.
He swings at me. I block with the bike and get his arm around him.
Oh yeah, it looks good. It's good.
Pull him close by the jacket, headbutt.
Oh man, you get the cool peacoat there, but it's hoisted on his own petard, and that he is his peacoat because peacoat was his undoing. You headbutt him, and he stumbles back and falls into the water, like a puddle, and
Okay,
then
can I do the thing where I like grab the coat and pull it down around his back so he's like,
yeah, he pops back up one more time.
Mm.
He's a little staggered, but he comes at you, and that's when you do the hockey thing of like,
yeah,
I've got him chicken wing all caught up in the pea coat, deck him.
why are you following me? This isn't working out for you.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I think there's a moment because the car's going around and you're down an alley, so they can't really see what's going on. You've got this moment here. Um, it's residential. I think you chose an area that's got high fences.
Mhm.
So you're in an alley and he's mouth's bleeding. The other guy's KO'd, but this guy
Yeah,
can talk. We're paying him for a few lines here.
yeah,
And
for now.
for now, maybe he'll upgrade. Who knows? We'll see how this scene goes. I think I'm going to set a low difficulty, but I want to see, is this a thing where you have scared him enough to spill his guts? We'll
Mm.
say tension is not involved in the role. It's just a little bit of a like, is he giving you a little bit? Is he giving you what you want to hear? Or is he actually truthing it here? We'll call it a good difficulty.
Okay.
You can bring super to bear here because there's something special about you.
Yeah. Cool. I'll do that. Yeah. Like maybe like just lift him up as well.
Oh yeah.
Like real easy, like a little bit too high.
Nice. Just like pump him up. He's definitely worried about that.
And maybe
You're
just
still
with one
being a
hand.
brick. Being a
Yeah.
brick for sure. It feels like a jaw thing.
Yeah, feels like intimidation. Yeah.
Okay,
So
so that's 7.
7. And I need 3 successes.
You do.
Let's
Tension
throw
is
one.
not involved in the roll.
Let's throw 1 spark in there.
All right. So 8 total dice against 3 difficulty.
Yeah. Alrighty. There's 1, 2 successes and a bunch of ones.
Luckily, tension was not involved in the roll. I did say so beforehand. Very lucky for you. What? It's getting fuzzy
can I
again.
spend spark after the fact or only before?
Nope. It's
Okay,
only
great.
yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Only during. It's all good. You do the math beforehand, and then fate
Yep.
tells us what goes on. So I
Sweet.
think it's a thing where he says, "You pissed off Bruno, man." He's gonna finger the lieutenant, not the boss. You pissed off
Who's
man.
Bruno?
Like he's the fucking guy. He works for Silvermane. He said
Silvermane.
you got a mouth on you. I'm supposed
Yeah.
to mess you up.
Well,
Why didn't
you gonna do that? No.
spits a little blood? Yeah, I think.
Tell you
ship
what.
sailed.
Like how like drop him, like pull his coat off of him, like just shove him away. So like, tell him you did it. You beat up a girl. Congratulations. And put his coat on.
You took his coat.
Yeah, it's a fancy, nice
Oh,
coat. Yeah.
Bitch. Give me my coat back.
You look like you can afford a new coat. Or maybe silver hair can do it for you. I don't know. You want a selfie with show me? Yeah, come on. You look like you got into a fight, so tell him you roughed me up and just leave me alone. I got a job to do.
He's gonna walk over and try to wake his buddy up. He's trying to ignore you, like he knows he's not gonna throw down again because you roundly beat him.
Mm-hmm.
He's not that stupid. His face hurts. His whole body hurts. He's staggering a little bit. He's like, it's just Burberry wool.
Is that good?
3 of your paychecks, bitch.
Probably more than that. And
Come on, get up. Car stops at the end of the other alley across the way.
Oh God, my face. Ow. Kind of like
he wakes his
kick him
guy
towards
up,
the
and
car.
they're kind of heading that way towards down the other alley towards the car.
Oh,
And
your
then
coat's so scratchy. Ow.
yeah, it's they will take off, and because
And then
you
just like
defeated
look at
this.
my bike and shake my head. Fucking guys.
That's what I was thinking of for the coat, which I guess fits you pretty well
Yeah,
because
probably.
you got it now.
Nice.
Awesome. Vector.
Mm.
I don't think we're gonna have a scene where you're doing your job. So
No, that's okay. Because
I know
his
you
job
don't
is
want
is typing, so and reading. There you go. Reading things on the internet. No, I think except that you probably will see him on his phone, on his crappy phone, and he's
Mhm.
clearly like writing a text. And usually you kind of have seen like in the credits and stuff how he's typing super fast and everything when he's going, but here he's on his phone and he's going really slow because he keeps backing up and he's like trying to type something and then finally he goes essentially BB is selling special packages, more BB visibility at businesses. Not exactly protection racket yet. And then I just say Prime membership. And finally hit send.
the rest of the team.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, nice. So yeah, I guess Dynamo, you get that around the time you've got your P coat on. You're looking at the wreck that was your bike. Olivier, you've already woken up with an apology, and then you see that on with your your Samsung flip phone. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he sees that and it's just like frowns a little because that just doesn't feel right. Uh, where do you get this information?
And he sort of stops and says, visor.
All right. Good to know. I mean, it's not like it's wrong, but it's not like we can do anything to stop them, you know?
And I think it's just a heads up.
Noted.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything more you guys wanted from that conversation? Shall we move on?
Yeah.
Good.
Cool. I think in the late afternoon, sun breaks through the clouds. The rain seems to have abated at least for a little bit. Hope for going to the park springs anew.
Mhm.
I'm curious, does Dynamo keep doing deliveries but without the bike?
No. I think I think there's probably like a scene of her like trying to bend the frame back into shape, and it's just not probably like get mad and just like break it in half. Um do I have any one's number on Bushwick's best?
Oh, sure. Let's say you have, because she's talked to you in the past, you have Megan's number.
Yeah. Um, I will text Megan and say, is that offer full time or more like a contract situation?
She start she replies, "We start off with contract. That way either you or I can sever it if it doesn't work for us." How does that work for you?
Cool. I need a new bike.
Okay. So she is going to send you off with Voodoo to talk to one of the store owners about a Prime membership.
All right.
Amazing. Oh, this is delightful.
Oh, I hate it so much.
Good. Good, you sell out. This is good.
I love it.
This is perfect. Cool. So you are sent to the House of Yes. The House of Yes has a .org, not a .com. It is a music venue.
Oh yeah.
It is wild. So, yeah, just send you off with Voodoo because it's in the afternoon. I guess Voodoo will come by and pick you up.
Yeah.
Ooh. Jerry, I'm imagining Voodoo doesn't have a car though. She's probably like Ubering, right?
Yeah.
Does that feel right to you?
Oh yeah, if you have to go that far, sure.
Yeah.
But
It's not that far, it doesn't look like. Like it's
mm-mm.
yeah, I mean, I don't expect anything is gonna be more than a 20-minute walk here.
Okay. Then she would have texted you, yeah, meet me at so and so place.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So I like should I what do I need to do I need to wear something special?
Oh, yeah, she say like don't look boring.
Don't look boring.
Clarification. A tracksuit or something that stands out. Look hot or look scary.
I can do both of those.
I know.
I'll wear my coat and I'll like I'm gonna see if I can do something cool with my hair and maybe like get frustrated and then like pop a little bit of electricity in there. See if I can like fry it up a little bit.
Nice. So, Olivier, now that your hair's fixed, do you just head back to work the next day?
I think so, yeah. Got bills to pay, either that or maybe he heads to a class. I don't know what's more interesting for you.
No, I think you come in to Dweeb's after class. We'll
Mhm.
establish you. Like we'll have a musical montage of you at class. Is Olivier doing well? Is he a good student or is he struggling?
I think he struggles.
Just too many things going on, or doesn't really enjoy it?
I think he's used to a much different learning environment. Having been taught at, Xavier's school,
Mm-hmm.
he's used to smaller classes than an NYU class. Uh, and he's used to
Is he
smaller
on like an
classes.
Xavier scholarship here, or did Remy score a heist to pay for the whole thing all in one lump sum?
No,
or-
I think Olivier took student debt.
Oh my god! Well, thank
Which
goodness
theoretically,
Biden's coming along. You'll be fine.
yes. uh, Theoretically, in a heartbeat, I'm sure Xavier would pay it all off. But Olivier refuses. He refuses to take the money to pay for it. He took out loans. he's not talking to his parents really. You know, so it's not like a Gambit heist or something like that, or saved rogue inheritance of some, you know, something, you know, she got. No, he took
Mystique
a
willed it to her during one of the many times she died.
yeah, exactly. Uh so yeah, he took out student loans.
Amazing. Hashtag worst X-Men. I love it. That is so good. Well, I want Olivier and Vector to end up in a scene together at
Yes,
some
yes.
point. Dynamo,
Okay.
when you come walking up, it's sunny outside. People have immediately emerged from indoors to enjoy the brief respite. Everything's that like baking sun.
Mhm.
So there's like the odd haze off of the
Like
pavement.
a little steamy, yeah.
Yeah, and you see that Voodoo is munching on a taco. She's standing in front of Peter's Crunchy Red Tacos, which is right beside House of Yes.
Nice.
And I think she's going for the witch aesthetic, because otherwise she's, you know, there's the whole. So she's got the hat, wide brim hat, and a nice black dress that flares out, little broomstick skirt kind of idea, and the pointy boots. She looks uncomfortable in it, but it's definitely noteworthy. It's not boring.
Did you get one of those for me?
No,
Oh,
I thought you would
that's
have
all
eaten.
right.
She
Oh, yeah.
reaches and starts to fish into her like little
No,
clutch.
don't sweat it. So, scary, hot. What do you think?
Yeah. Listen, I'm not really good at this sales pitch thing, but Megan's worked out. She reaches in to her like little handbag and pulls out a packet of papers. Uh, flips over, it's stapled together. Here's like some of the benefits or whatever, and you see that it's professional copy. It's definitely been several people have gone over this. A committee have created this idea, workshopped it, and tested it, and it sure enough is not extortion. There's no threat whatsoever. It's just enhanced visibility with Bushwick's best, increased patrol, on site if upon request with so and so caveats and carve outs and the like. And there are several different plans. There's like the gold, the platinum, and then the premier tier of these prime memberships, monthly and annual. Like it's a whole lot that talks about all the money involved. And then there's like a whole page of testimonials from various people in Bushwick.
A lot. All right. So do we just like knock on the door and hand this to him, or do we need to sell them on? How do they sign up? Is there a?
There's an
Have you done
app.
this? Okay, great. An app.
Yeah, I got my first one this morning with Gordon guy, Gordon the dweebs guy. The
Yeah, that guy sucks.
kind of, yeah.
Are you doing all
Yeah.
right?
Yes, I'm great.
Okay.
Do you want to go by Dynamo?
If this is an official gig, then yeah, let's do that.
Cool.
Voodoo.
Okay. Yep.
All right.
Okay. Well, Megan's team's already set up the meeting, so it's not a cold call.
Oh,
Those are the
sure.
worst.
Okay. Great. So, knock on the door, I suppose.
Yep. And I mean, we've got to take a look at the outside of this place because it's so wild. So I'm quickly going to share screen to show everyone the House of Yes. That's the exterior, but Google Street, look at that. Look at that stuff.
Nice.
That is just wild. House of Yes, so cool.
Gorgeous.
And a little ATM. It is not an ATM machine. It's actually just an ATM, friends.
It's just an ATM
It's just an ATM. You don't have to say the machine part.
or an AT machine.
AT machine. Yeah, exactly. Like when someone says RBIs, I'm like, shut up. Please don't say RBIs. Anyway, you guys head in. It's
Mhm.
afternoon. The place is not open, but when
Yeah.
you knock on the door, a person opens the door. Oh, you must be Voodoo. And Voodoo will step and say, yeah, and this is an associate Dynamo. The guy, it's like 6'1", probably like a bouncer type. And he says, yeah, come on in. It's
I think I go to shake his hand, but maybe it's a little awkward because he's not expecting it.
yes, it's like a thing where he's like doing the door thing, and it's okay. He waves it off, lets you guys in. And I don't know if you guys have ever been to like a music venue or a club or whatever when it's not open, but it is
Yeah.
stark. It is starkly different. It's quiet. You just hear the hum of the lights.
It's a lot
Anyone
dirtier
who-
than you'd think.
It is a lot dirtier than the House of Yes. The lights do a lot to make it look cleaner than it is. And yeah, you see there's a little bit of trash in certain areas. Like they definitely need to do a sweep up. You guys head inside and they'll take you, this guy takes you back to the manager's office. And the manager's office is nice. This is not like a scuzzy place. It's not big. House is just mostly dedicated to the floor space to getting more bodies inside who will pay cover. But inside there is enough for there's a couple chairs, and you see that there's a guy who introduces himself as the manager and a business partner. They've got computers like laptops up. You guys come in. We're not going to play through an entire sales pitch because wow, that's not super exciting. But I want you to like tell me how actively participating in this is Dynamo, and also when Zanaya falters, do you let her swing for a bit, or do you partner up and give her the kind of backup that she might need?
Yeah, I think since she seemed kind of hesitant or nervous outside, I think Dynamo just kind of barges ahead and just kind of like jumps into it herself before like I got this, don't worry, don't sweat it, it's be good, and just kind of like blusters her way through it.
Oh, that's amazing. All right, well, let's see how well you do. Let's put this to a roll. It's going to take a remarkable feat. House of Yes is not entirely not entirely sure of what's going on. That said, Voodoo is going to use a bit of her magic to boost you, so you get 2 dice from her power helping you. But yeah.
If it's persuasion, that sounds like Jaw again.
Feels like Jaw. I don't think you're bullying ahead, so I could see the brick. You kind of stepped in to take charge. So
I guess so. Yeah, I'll take
so
it.
I could see the brick, but you're definitely being normal here.
Yeah, so that's 5 to start off with.
Yeah, 5 to start off with 2 from
Plus
Voodoo.
2. So how many do I need? 4?
You need a total of 4. It will be a remarkable effort.
So I will add, I'm at 7 now. I'll add 3. Why not 3? Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Making sales.
Attention is not involved in the roll, just so we're
Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
wow.
6. 5. Bunch of 6s.
Amazing. So what's the closer? Like, would we do we're skipping past the boring bits, but the camera pans back in at the the little bit that's supposed to sum up how you have sold these two business partners on the House of Yes signing up for Prime membership with your rival teams,
Hmm.
not extortion. How does that go, Dynamo?
I think maybe I'm kind of like reading from the pamphlet, and they're like maybe not even paying super close attention or anything. And I think when I get to like the part's like, oh, we will there'll be an increased presence maybe on property or whatever, um, on site, and they're still kind of not fully engaged. And I think I just pick up the desk with one hand and
Yeah.
move it to the side of the room and say, so if we're on site, we can take care of trouble easily. And I think that was like gets their attention right on me.
Nice. Nice. And they look up. The one guy had grabbed his laptop, off of the desk. He sits it on his lap, literally on his lap, and then picks it up again because it's too hot to be set on your lap.
Mhm.
But then okay, this sounds interesting. We'd like to talk over which of the options we want to take, and that's when Voodoo slides in to help them install the app and gives them the QR code, and then you guys head out of House of Yes, out into the street, having landed that sale. That's pretty awesome. Let's cut to
Yeah,
Olivier
I put their
coming.
desk back when I leave too.
Oh, very clean. That's a good call. Let's cut to Olivier. You come in after not doing the best at NYU. It's not really your place, and you see when you come into Dweebs, you see that there's a Bushwick's Best Prime little plate that Gordon is affixing to the window.
Boss, what's that? Sorry, Gordon.
Yeah, Gordon, boss, come in. Really, we're both working here to be successful. He's pressing it along. Oh, I just had a conversation with Voodoo and Black Cat this morning. They came by and talked to me about the values of getting a Prime membership. I'm one of Prime.
And what value per se is that?
It's there's first of all, Olivia, I have to tell you, those directions were way off. The Feng Shui consultant, I had to look her up, and it was just a whole thing.
So sorry.
The whole three rights, that was incorrect. I really need you to learn either addresses, or when someone hands you a card, you take better care of it. Nevertheless, and you notice then that everything's been moved just slightly.
Mm-hmm.
Says, what being a Prime member does is bring us some prestige. Dweebs, it's fun, it's casual, but is it safe?
Of course it is. I'm right
Olivia?
here.
Well, thank you, but you're not security. You're just here to sling coffee and move things. Olivier, it's okay. I respect your position within our company, but I wouldn't ask of you to provide security. Now we have that. You don't even have to worry about it. Welcome. Turns
Pray tell,
and
how
start.
much does this cost?
Well, I'm not reducing your wages, Olivier. This is an enhancement. So I've got to worry about not just protection for dweebs, but also for, and Rich needs to pause. What was the business that shut down? I unfortunately I looked at my notes and I couldn't find.
It was some kind of like cash place, like a
It was a credit union.
credit union.
Oh
So
yes, credit union.
It would be the Bushwick, credit union.
It's not just dweebs that I'm thinking of, Olivier. It's also the credit union, which now is part of the overall Gordon family of businesses.
You actually bought the credit union.
Listen, it's because I care about Bushwick. People need a credit union, and it was failing, and I stepped in to try to help out. Do what I can. to help the community.
We just see like Olivier's hand ball into a fist at his side. Right. Well,
Do you think Gordon Credit Union works for you? Or should we just call it Bushwick Credit Union? I want to draw a distinction between the failed entity and the new
what about
opportunity.
Dweeb's Credit Union?
Dwayne's works for a coffee place. I think that our generation gets it. But I'm not sure that the kind of people who invest their money in a credit union, the salt of the earth, blue collar folks who value a credit union, would want something like Dweeb's. Just
Yeah, but don't you got to take in a brand recognition with that,
true. But just like
brand
Alphabet
consistency.
and Google, Meta and Facebook, Dweeb's is just part of the umbrella of Gordon Limited.
I think Bushwick, because that's the heart and soul of the place, is maybe the better name.
Take it under advisement. Thanks, Olivier.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll head to the back.
Yeah. Olivier goes back behind the coffee bar and like takes a breath and is like, you know what? Not his problem. If Gordon wants to be scammed, Gordon's a sucker.
Nice. Cool. I would love it if Vector and Olivier end up somewhere together.
Yeah.
How do we think that happens? Meeting for food, coming by for coffee.
Oh, that's interesting. So here's the thing: is I had thought that Jeff was only like around. So if it's Vector's in the suit.
Oh, that's
and if
that's
it's
true.
Jeff,
Yeah,
so but the thing is that we could still be in a scene together and not. Does that make any sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Olivier doesn't know that it's Vector, just thinks it's a customer.
Well, and also a regular at
Dweeb's.
and at the Bodega Enormous.
Oh, mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, so that's true.
Yeah.
Which is still closed.
I know.
Now for repairs.
And I do think that might be why Jeff shows up. Is he kind of comes in and he's like, "Hey, the bodega's still closed. What's up with that?"
Oh, they looks like someone tried to rob a place, but someone took care of them. He like puffs up his chest kind of a little bit, sort of, just like, but it seems there was some damages, so it'll probably be closed for just a little bit, I would gather.
I haven't seen Mr. Romano around.
Oh, he's out of town.
He goes, wow. Like, he seems like everything's in Bushwick kind of guy,
Yeah, I get that vibe from him. Are you gonna order?
And I think he looks at the menu and he goes, "Oh hell no." He goes, like the place is all messed up.
Yeah, it's like someone smashed some ho-hos.
So, do you know who might have a key? If I get in there, I can clean it up for Mavolio. He's gonna be super upset, and I don't know if Skippy's in there or not.
The cat's fine. He goes to say like I made sure of it, and like pauses partway through. Cat's fine. I'm afraid you, as a regular, would know better than I about a spare key.
All right, I'll see what I can figure out. It sort of goes. If you hear from him, I don't know. This is just so weird. Never mind. If you stop by the
I like slide him a small cup of plain black coffee. I feel like you need this.
It's just really weirding me out. And he does pick the coffee up and take a huge slug of it. And he kind of goes, I mean, he's my downstairs neighbor. I thought he would say something to me.
I know the audacity of someone who lives under you and has a business that you attend, not giving you the details of their personal life.
Just stops and goes, yeah, it's really weird. Kind of real vaguely wander out. That's
You just see like Olivier, so I say like weirdos.
yeah, I'll go back to the bodega and actually will look for a spare key. You know what I mean? Like,
I can totally imagine that Vector would know how to get into the bodega.
oh, that's
Would you be able
true.
to figure out a way.
It would take him a while to realize that he could do that. Does that make any sense? Like,
Yeah.
it never occurs to Jeff.
Oh, there was that time a few years ago when he showed me this closet actually isn't a closet, but like stairway.
Yeah.
I could go down into it.
Yeah, there's like a place from the stairwell above that you could go down through. And he's like, oh, yeah, okay. So
Nice. You see the mess of various ding dongs and ho hos, and one of the displays is broken down, and yeah, it looks rough.
okay, so first I'll find Skippy, make sure he's been fed, got water.
Yes, Skippy.
I don't think Skippy's there. I think Olivier took Skippy.
Oh, that makes.
Ooh,
Oh,
interesting.
Olivier took Skippy. Oh my!
I think Olivier took Skippy. I think we get like a flashback, like
Skippy's
real quick.
gone, Vector.
Oh my God, what am I gonna tell?
You see at the coffee shop, Skippy just like doing the rounds between Olivier's legs.
Oh yes, but Vector didn't see it. Like for some reason,
Vector
when
And
didn't
Jeff
you
see
didn't
came
say
by-
anything when he
you never
asked
mentioned
about
it,
it.
so
Skippy's
Vector-
taken care of.
Oh, that's great. This is
Okay.
perfect. This
All
is
right.
the kind of hijinks I need in my supers games. Anyway,
So anyway, totally, yes. So
you remember there was a
kind of-
wish about more cats, so
yes, this is it. So I think, yeah, he like looks around for Skippy. He sets the rack right and puts the ho-hos back on. And then because he's a little on the meticulous side, he notices that some of them are expired. So he like starts to sort those out to throw them away. And then he thinks about it and he goes, he's never seen any of the stock thrown away. So maybe he shouldn't. At least not without the sense. But he's like separated it all out and put it on the counter. But then he's kind of standing around. And he takes one last look for Skippy, and then realizes that he can't go out the front door without unlocking it and not being able to relock it, and he has to figure out how to go back up that shaft. So
that's great. Yeah, I imagine that locking up is a whole affair,
mhm,
right?
exactly,
So,
because there's like the
probably not
gate that has to come down and all that stuff and everything. And oh, that's probably broken too.
Oh, true.
Because if those guys,
They got
broke
in somehow.
Yeah. So, yeah, so I think he'll probably like from the bodega make a call to like one of the local security places that manages those doors and stuff and says, can you get like a temporary thing on there?
Oh yeah, they'll come around. He's probably got an account. They'll just bill it. They didn't get preview. Like why would Barracuda have told them ahead of time? But yeah, they'll come in.
Yeah, I'll go around and talk to him and offer him some expired ho-hos, and that's so. But
Oh, these things never expire. You guys, it's-
I think
they just put those dates. They put those dates on them, buddy. They put those dates on them so that they'll buy more. But these things, shelf life like 100 years.
wow.
Apocalypse comes, you still eat a ding dong. No problem. And
Cool.
the other guy's like, yeah, you eat a ding dong. What? I mean, whatever. I don't care. It's fine. No, don't get to work.
Cool.
You're a good neighbor.
I am. Always.
So we cut to Dynamo outside of House of Yes, and Voodoo says, "The that was good. You did a really good job. I'll make sure Megan knows. She'll like that."
Yeah, they seem to really be interested. So, how do I get paid?
Do you have a Venmo?
Yeah,
Oh, thank God. Yeah. We'll give Venmo to you in like a half hour. It's fine. Her
great.
phone. She a message comes through on her
Mhm.
phone. She looks. Yeah. Hold on. Let me tell Megan, and she swipes aside the message that came through and sends a quick message to Megan and sends your Venmo info. And sure enough, boom, you get $1,000.
Woof.
Almost
Getting a
enough to
new
buy,
bike.
almost enough to get a new bike. Cool. Another message comes through on her phone. She clicks it off and puts it back
Trouble
into her.
in paradise.
You're basically like a team member, so I guess we can talk about this, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, sure.
So, um, Noah thinks that we're gonna we're gonna get some prime members, but not as many as we could. And if there was like a threat, so he's just convinced that if we bring in somebody to cause some trouble and stop them, that it'll be good for the brand. And I think it's stupid.
Yeah, that is a very stupid idea. Noah is not, no offense, he doesn't look like he's got a lot going on upstairs.
Oh, he's not very smart. I keep telling him it's a bad idea, that we should just. The way I see it is that these guys, they all like know what everybody else is up to. And if a couple of them are prime members and we do some appearances, we can just PR it up. That's the plan. That's what Megan wants. But Noah thinks no, they actually need to feel threatened, and it's just like, I don't know. I blame Felicia. She's the worst. She probably put those ideas in his head, but she never does anything herself. She always like, well, she does some stuff herself.
Why would Felicia do?
Stuff, and I just
I mean,
gotta.
she's yeah. Um, you know, so that feels like a bad thing, right?
Right, right.
And you know what they call people like us who do bad things?
Super villains.
Super villains. Yeah.
You can't tell anybody about this because we're not gonna do it. I've told Noah it's a terrible idea. It'll be fine.
I'll keep this to myself. But if I find out that something like this happened, we're going to have this conversation again.
Okay. Right. Okay. Well. Okay. Okay. I'll just tell Megan. It'll be fine.
Good. I need to head to the bike shop. Thanks for the
Good luck.
yeah. This was fun. This was better than I thought it was going to be. I don't feel like I need to take a shower after doing this.
Oh,
Um,
my pits are just the worst. I kind of do, but you did great.
thanks. You too. You really came in there at the end and just sealed the deal.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Click, 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 click. He turns and just like, boom. Enough peopling for her. She's out. Sweet. So you can grab a bike. I imagine. Oh well, I mean, I sure I could Google it. I'm not going to, even though it
Doesn't need to be fancy.
at what bike shops there are in Bushwick. I'm sure there's got to be at least one.
Oh yeah.
Sweet. So is there anything, folks, wanted to like do establish scenes you needed to have?
I just want to know if Skippy causes any issues at Dweebs.
Yes.
Ooh. Sherry, I consider you much more of a cat expert than I. What are two things that Skippy causes trouble at Dweebs?
First are the cat allergies that there's a certain percentage of folks who will start sneezing and their eyes will swell up and all of those things. And it will happen very rapidly for them, but they won't know why. So that would be the first thing because that happens a lot with cats. Fairly
Oh
common
yeah.
allergy sources. The other thing is that at some point, Skippy will probably find like under the counter, there's a place that they can climb up into, and there'll be this thing where the counter up by the cash register sort of has this rustling sound going on in it, where Skippy has gotten behind all the coffee bags and stuff, and people will assume it's a rat or something, and it'll probably empty the place out for the day.
Oh yeah. So you get out early. Unfortunately, you're paid by the hour, so that's less good. But you then take Skippy with you, so they find no animals whatsoever. Gordon, of course, calls a no-kill animal pest control.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're like no-kill glue traps and all that good stuff. So they'll come in. It's going to take the rest of the afternoon. You get off early, and so I'm going to skip ahead to the afternoon at Maria Hernandez Park when Monique, you've gotten your grandmother out, and she mostly just wanted to sit at a bench for a little bit,
Yeah.
just enjoy the outdoors. Or joggers. Vector, is it the suit that brings you here, or were you at the park for some reason? Oh, you're on mute.
Oh yeah, I probably would have gone to the park because this is the time of year for the annual cat refuge and the dog rescue to have their annual cats versus dogs fundraising. So he was probably out at the park to take pictures of people with their dogs. Not many cats, but he has thousands of cat pictures to pull from the internet. But the good thing about dogs is you can always get local dogs. So he's
You
out there
can.
getting happy faced dogs and crazy looking dogs and all the stuff. So
Awesome. I think that the Bushwick Basher, that's uh, the grandson of Malvolio, who's a local semi-pro soccer star, is out here doing an appearance and also mostly helping to fundraise and the like. Why is it that Olivier is here? Are you meeting with anyone at the park?
He's
Or is
got
there another reason?
Skippy on a walking leash.
How's that going?
You know, like they make them the like cat harnesses, like it's a thing for
Mm-hmm.
people to walk their
Uh-huh.
cats.
Yeah. And has anyone ever successfully walked a cat?
I have friends who do. Yeah, it's a thing.
Okay. I've never seen it
It
actually
depends on the
happen.
cat. It's like a 50-50 shot if it goes well or not.
Amazing. So you're walking Skippy. That's delightful. Sweet. So the three of you happen to be at the park. Dynamo, I think you pick up Olivier is there with Skippy. Jeff, you know the two of them and recognize them. So you all know that each other are present, but
I think the thing is I see Skippy on the leash and I'm like, what? I walk over and I'm like,
yes.
what the hell? Why didn't you tell me you had Skippy? I spent the
I-
whole afternoon looking for him.
I believe my exact words were Skippy was taken care of.
He could have been more specific. But I'm glad you're taking care of Skippy. That's great. I was just worried that he was out on the streets wandering around. Not good.
No, he only wanders on a leash. If I lose him, that would be sad.
Yeah.
I
Cool,
don't
cool,
think
cool.
he'd come when called. It's a mutual thing between both of us.
Fair enough. Let me get a picture of him. He looks great in that harness, though. So
Nice. It's awesome. So you pull out the
Yeah, yeah.
camera. Do you have an actual physical ass camera?
Oh yeah,
And then
absolutely. Well, he has a
nice.
no. I think he actually has his phone, but it actually does take really good pictures, especially since he's gotten the suit. They're like really good pictures.
That's awesome. So you take a couple of snaps, and we the audience hear like the low sound of maybe it's a jet plane or something.
Oh,
And
no.
as you have Olivier in your sights, Olivier, you see some movement behind Jeff over the trees, and Jeff, you see a shadow pass over. And then very quickly after that, all three of you see as a very large guy in a mech suit lands smack dab in the middle of the park. If you're like, what does this look like, Rich? Your words are not painting a full picture. Let me share with you what it looks like.
Olivier lets out a sigh of relief that it's not an X-Jet.
It is not an X-Jet. It is with the Russian star on it, a 8-foot tall mech suit guy.
Fucking Noah.
And just because I can't help myself, I'd love to let that be our, like, it's a little on the early side, but I would have like stopped right there. Boom, the thing lands, cracks some pavement. Cats are very unhappy about this, and he's there. And yeah, I think Dynamo's fucking Noah is what we ended on. That's great. Cool. Let's do our end of session questions. Which I need to stick in the character keeper, but that's okay. We have some questions. At the end of every issue or session, the entire table of GM and players discuss the following questions. I'll drop them in chat so you can look at them rather than just have to hear me. Did you clash with someone who threatened your neighborhood?
Yeah.
Did you protect the citizens of your neighborhood at least once?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. Who do you guys think you protected?
The bank, the robbery.
Yeah.
Olivier didn't do shit, but the others did.
Did you defeat a villain or have a conflict with your rival team?
Yes.
It was all about the rival team this time. For each yes on the group questions, all surviving. I love that I put surviving, says PB. It's like there's a high kill rate in my game or something. Anyway, everybody gets an XP, so that's 3 XP. Now we'll go around the horn and pose these questions to each player to answer for their character. We'll start with Olivier. Did you struggle with your normal day-to-day obligations, Olivier?
A little, yeah. Trying to take care of Skippy while at work, missing out work hours, struggling at school.
Yeah, you're losing out a little bit of money there. Did you support another teammate when they needed you?
Kind of. I took in
sure you pulled that one off.
I took Malvolio's cat in, but yeah.
All right. I'll allow it. I'm like the judge on every Simpsons episode. Then Sherry, for Vector, did you struggle with your normal day-to-day obligations?
Here's the thing: is he tries to help everyone. I think he was in a lot of places being helpful. I don't struggle.
I think voodoo is one of the struggles with your day-to-day obligations.
She's hard because I kind of can't get close to her again because we've gone through all of that. So yeah, but I want to take care of her. Oh, that's terrible. Okay.
Did you support another teammate when they needed you?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, yeah. I was trying to help Malvolio even though he wasn't there. And certainly it's there for the other peeps when they needed me.
All right. And then Mark, for Dynamo, did you struggle with your normal day-to-day obligations?
I mean, breaking my bike up to stop getting stalked, I think that counts.
Yes.
and just getting grandma out. I think that's also.
That's true. That's definitely an obligation for you. Did you support another teammate when they needed you?
Yeah. Talk to Megan there.
For sure. You're there for Olivier, and yeah, it works out. So everybody gets 5 XP. Goodness
Nice.
gracious. Nice. So let's end up with wishes and then stars. We start with wishes so we can end with stars. Who's got wishes?
Mhm.
So that was
Interesting.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like where
Stuff
it's
is pretty
going.
good, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess I'm looking forward to the fight to figure out what Vector can do when there's actually a couple of rounds of fighting, if that makes any sense. So
Uh,
I'm gonna be breaking out my super villain rules for the fight. It's gonna be fun.
Nice. Yeah.
cool.
I'm gonna use my lightning powers at some point, so it's gonna be
yeah.
good.
Good thing to use on a mech suit.
Yeah.
Uh, I think
Hey, what about you? Any wishes?
I'm looking forward to the conflict with Bushwick's best because we know they brought this guy in.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so like having that information once Dynamo kind of shares it,
Yeah.
that happened, I think is going to be an interesting sort of conflict. Other wish list item. You made me think of it. So now I kind of want, I don't know if it's X-Men themselves, because X-Jet or like associates of them, but I'd love to like Olivier have to reluctantly like people are like, kid, what are you doing? Kind of vibes. And he's like, no, leave me alone, angst.
Nice. Okay. That sounds delightful. I may even have Angel show up.
Oh,
Just
I love it.
because I know Kay, you love Angel, so
I
I'll
do.
just totally cater to that. Sweet. Thank you, Kay. Mark, did you have any others? Any other wishes?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. So you kind of went last with wishes. You could go first with stars. What stars?
Yeah. Um, the neighborhood feels real. It's really fun to sort of get to see all the bits and pieces. I really enjoy digging around on Google Maps for stuff. So all the
Too. I'm
actual
glad you
locations are
do
super
because I
fun.
can imagine some people don't, but like that is a
I
real
love it
thrill
so
for me.
much. Yeah. And getting to see kind of everyone both both in and out of their element a little bit. It was really like putting Dynamo in the club, uh, as well as beating guys up. Like those are two different things, and the same with everyone else. Just getting to kind of like explore different facets of all the heroes is really fun.
Excellent. Thank you, Mark. Kay.
Yeah, stars as always, Rich, for your dynamic NPCs and absolute delight. It was very fun meeting Megan. Noah
Yeah.
is an idiot, but also I loved seeing like a slightly more like authentic side of Voodoo with Dynamo. Really love that. I love that NPC bouncer who we don't even have a name for. Just like, nah. It was great. I love how awkward Jeff slash Vector is. Just him in the coffee shop was just a sight to behold. And Olivier doesn't know it's Vector. So Olivier's like weirdo, and it's a delightful interact. And I don't think I've ever played a game with superheroes where all identities were not known, or at least my character just happened to not know, or just my characters have always been in the know. So it's interesting to have that sort of textual level of like super how Olivier feels about Vector versus how Olivier might feel about Jeff. Uh, so that's really good. And then just stars for Dynamo. I want Dynamo to exist in the real world. I love a badass Brooklyn girl.
Mm-hmm.
Slight almost wish that will not happen, but what I was thinking of possibly doing because location was I was going to have Olivier not flirt, but like how like younger guys sometimes will like when just flatter older women, like her grandma, just like have him be like, oh, Belcher,
Oh,
like
Yes.
something like
that would have
that.
been sweet. Oh, I would have been so here for that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry I didn't make space for that. Dang.
that's
That's
okay.
me.
We'll get other options. Olivia,
Yeah.
it'll
She'll be
he'll
around.
come over for dinner or something because he's poor and broke, and she has a grandma who makes food.
Oh, that's true. Those things are true. Cool. Thank you, Kay. Sherry, any stars left out for you?
Oh, absolutely. Dynamo is the best, and I think that for Vector, that will be an entire lifelong partnership that will keep him in the rookie role because Dynamo has it going on, knows it is so certain about what's going on. It's just great to watch. It is that perfect kind of I just have to look to Dynamo and I'll know what I need to do, kind of thing. So and Wild Card was a hoot. The how do you say the angst over the hair was just chef's kiss. It was like, yeah, I was glad that we didn't end up tearing half the neighborhood down because of it. So it was really good. Just perfect note on it at every point, Kay. It was really good. And Rich, it's it's a ton of fun. All the scenes are just amusing and they push the character forward, they push the story forward. It's just so good.
Good, good, good. Thank you. I am having a great time. I really
Yeah.
love the duality, Sherry, of Jeff and those brief glimpses that we see of Vector. I especially love the idea that Jeff's in there fighting and messing up the bodega, and I have headcanon of the conversation going on in his head about Olivier trashing some stuff. Mark Dynamo is a great, just very Luke Cage kind of vibe character, which I love. She's just
So much fun.
so direct. It's really cool. And Kay, I think Olivier is great, and it's just enough X-Men fan service to keep me always interested. To have you just even mention, oh yeah, well, Xavier would have paid for it, but I'm not taking his money. Just, that's great. I love those choices. It's cool. Good stuff. Well, with that, my one wish is that Greg returns to us next week.
Yeah.
Grant.
Mhm.
That's the easy one, the low hanging fruit. So we will bring this thing to a little bit of early close, but
Yeah.
we get some Rhino fun next time around.
Nice.
Cool.
Cool.
I think this
Not
is the
only is it
second
Rhino,
time.
right? Remember, there's gonna be two things going on because Hammer Bro has set this up. He's gonna be fighting Rhino. So are you gonna fight Hammer Bro while he's
Mhm.
fighting Rhino? Like, I can't wait to see that. It's gonna be very Mexican standoff, very what was the True Romance? Is it True Romance? The three-way standoff that happened in the Tarantino movie. I want to say it's True Romance, but I'm probably way off on that one. Dang it.
Oh
It
yeah,
doesn't
yeah. I had yeah, with the gangsters and uh yeah.
Yeah, in the hotel room with the big
Yep.
couches and all that stuff. Yeah, yeah. Anyway,
Giant
sorry
pile
for
of
that.
cocaine. Yeah.
Say hello to
Rich,
my little friend.
didn't
Cool.
we
With that,
see?
oh yeah.
I'll let you end the recording first.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna end the recording. Thanks everybody for playing and anybody
Peace.
watching.
You.